98% of women say this when they have secretly missed you, and backed by psychology and real-world dating insights. This video breaks down 8 common phrases women say when they miss you but do not want to say it outright, and most guys overlook them. But if you catch number 8, you will understand exactly where her heart is at. And here is where things get interesting, because human behavior, especially female communication, often expresses emotional longing in indirect, coded ways that come out through casual language patterns. 1. I was just thinking about that weird thing you said, and this is not a compliment, not a flirt. Just a random mention of a micro moment you probably forgot you even said, and this is not nostalgia. It is breadcrumbing, and she is referencing a niche interaction to make it feel casual. But that sentence is carrying 2 weeks of replaying that moment in her head. And if she is bringing up something oddly specific from a moment you shared, she has been mentally revisiting it on loop, because psychology shows that selective memory recall is one of the strongest indicators of emotional attachment. 2. You probably do not even remember this, but, and here comes the faux humble memory flex, because she is setting it up like you will not care, but secretly hoping you do, and this becomes a quiet bid for emotional intimacy. And she is trying to confirm that your brain held on to the same timestamp hers did. And when women miss you but cannot say it directly, they test for shared emotional memory, and if you pass, you are still in her heart space. And this is important because shared memory is one of the deepest bonding cues in relational psychology. 3. I had a dream and you were in. It's so random, and here's the truth. It is not random, it is rehearsed, and she debated whether it was too forward, too obvious, too something, but the dreamline becomes the safest confession she can make, and it gives her plausible deniability while planting the seed that you still occupy her subconscious. And that is not a dream, that is strategy, because dreams and conversation often reveal where the mind wanders when defenses are low. Quick check-in: if you are locked in on your glow-up mentally, physically, or emotionally, type elevate down below, and let us see who is leveling up with intention. For I saw someone who looked just like you, and this is not about doppelgangers. It is about mental proximity, because her mind is tuned to your frequency, scanning the world for anything remotely resembling you. And the statement is innocent on the surface, but underneath it, she is letting you know, I am still watching the world through the lens of you. And emotional psychology shows that people who miss someone often unconsciously project their image into everyday environments. 5. You would hate this place I went to. And most guys think missing someone always sounds like longing, but sometimes it comes out as faux negativity. And she is not just telling you about her life, she is using your preferences to filter her experiences. And when she centers you in her narrative, even through critique, it means you are still the internal reference point. And this matters because integrating someone into your personal story, even subtly, is one of the clearest signs they still influence your emotional world. And by the way, if you are finding this helpful, now is a good time to subscribe, because understanding communication patterns helps sharpen your radar and keeps you intentional in your relationships. 6. Reminds me of that one time and it is not a story. It is a tether, and she is trying to create an emotional encore without making the first move. And if she is conjuring up past moments, it is her way of relighting a match while pretending she is not holding it too close to the fuse, and she is reminiscing on purpose, because revisiting shared history is a psychological method of reopening emotional pathways. 7. You probably have a million girls texting you now, and it sounds like a tease, but it is actually a peek into her fear. And this is not light banter. It is veiled vulnerability, and she is broadcasting her insecurity while pretending to mock it. And the translation becomes, I hope you are still available, and I hate that I have to wonder. And this line reveals emotional tension, because uncertainty often amplifies longing. 8. You always disappear when I actually want to talk to you. And this is not frustration, it is exposure. And if she truly did not miss you, your absence would not register, but it does. And that little passive-aggressive jab is her version of a love song, off-key, defensive, but deeply sincere, and it means she noticed you were gone and she did not like it. And this matters, because psychological studies show that emotional sensitivity to someone's absence is one of the most reliable indicators of affection and unspoken longing. And when a woman reacts this way, she is revealing a deeper emotional investment than her words allow her to admit.